Hi guys, welcome back to Love of Fibers. This is Liz and I'm so excited to be here today. So we are in it. We are here. It's fall, the best season ever. I am so excited for fall. It is the best time of year, honestly. The weather is fantastic. I mean, everything that goes with fall is beautiful. You got beautiful blue skies, crisp weather, apple picking, apple cider donuts. I mean, fall leaves, cozy woolly knits. Oh my God, it's just so good. Today when I got up, all week it's been beautiful. It's been like, low 40s, 50s, the highest 60s. So it's just gorgeous and sunny and amazing. And it's so nice to, pull out your woolly knits, right? I've been wearing like my Sophie scarf and my penny gloves, and it's just really fun to just pull out all your knits and be able to wear them again. And so today the weather, like I said, it was like 50, so I wore my raglan. This is a made-up, I call it my made-up raglan. I never gave it a name. I just pretty much made this kind of like, my own pattern with the things that I had learned over time. I wanted to make kind of like a cropped mock neck, little sweater that I can wear with my like high-waisted jeans and skirts. And so I made this last winter, spring, I want to say. It's so comfortable. It's so soft. It's so good and like warm, but at the same time, it keeps you cool because this is wool, alpaca, and viscose that I mixed together to create this fabric. And I am like in love with this little sweater. It fits really nice. It's like perfect measurements, around my arms, the length of everything. It's just perfect and I love it. And so I wore it today and I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it on to film my fall inspiration and knitting plans because it's perfect for the podcast. So many exciting new patterns and some really great old ones. Fantastic yarn. We're back to wool and we're back to alpaca and like, so good and so delicious. And the colors. Let's talk about these color guys. Like, I am such a fanatic of like the fall colors, the browns and the rust and those, vivid, wine colors and dark chocolate browns and, your grays and so good. And that's really my palette for this fall season, like fall/winter season. I want to do, but it's funny because I think that that's my palette like every season. For every time fall comes around, I'm kind of like in the same palette because those are my favorite colors. Like I love wearing, the rust oranges and those like dark red burgundy wine colors. Also, every shade of brown that you could think of, every shade of gray that you could think of. I think those are just classic colors and they never go out of style. I love them no matter, what time of year it is. And I love knitting with those colors. So my palette, in my little mood, in my inspiration mood board that I made, I'll share with you guys. It's again all those same colors and some black in there. My off-whites. I love my off-whites, whether they're like the cream, the off-white, the marzipan. I love the almond, all those kind of variations of like that cream. I love, and that's all I've been looking at in my inspiration for this season to knit with are those colors. Some yarn I have acquired already. Some yarn that I wanted to try, that I was able to pick up at Joann's and they had like a great sale, that I had never tried before. And I'll show you guys, in a little bit. And I also ordered some stuff from Wool Warehouse. Oh God, I love Wool Warehouse. They're having a huge like drop sale. Anyway, so I was able to order some stuff. Some stuff I have, some stuff is still, on the way for my, my fall and winter knits. Yeah, so I'm excited. So let's get into it. I have so many patterns that I would love to knit up. And I keep adding them to my favorites, and then I keep putting some in my queue, and the queue just keeps growing. And I'm like, oh my God, realistically, like, okay, obviously the inspiration is insane. Like, there's so much stuff out there that is coming out every day, and you're like just saving and bookmarking. And so obviously, we love more than what we can make, to be realistic. There's only so much that we can knit up, but it's nice to dream, and inspiration and dreaming doesn't cost anything. So, the more the merrier. I love looking at all the beautiful new designs and all the new yarn colors and stuff like that, and saving them and just kind of like using them as inspiration. And again, you create these lists of all the things that you would love to make. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to make all of them. Some I will in fall, some will probably cross into winter, and throughout the year, I'll pick one here and one there, and of course, as the years go by, you still have those there that you can make them. So, it's okay to save them and make them later on. I'm so excited for this season. I think many other knitters are as excited as I am. I know that like a lot of knitters have already started like moving all their stuff, their summer stuff to the back, and moving their like winter stuff, like fall stuff to the front to have handy, so we can kind of take advantage and wear all our like beautiful, woolly knits. So let's get into this list, because like I said, I have so many that I want to make. I have my iPad here, so if you see me looking down, don't mind me. It's because I'm not going to remember all of this. Yeah, so I like wrote some stuff down, and I have like my Ravelry page, my queue open, so like I can reference stuff. So just kind of like bear with me if I look down. I organized my list by like category, so I can kind of break it down and really like put everything that I want by category, and then kind of like pick, what I'm going to make, and then like have choices and pick from there, so I can go knitting up, items. So the way that I did it was I did sweaters, then I have slipover, vest, I have cardigans, I have accessories. So in my accessories, I have like, maybe shawls or scarves, shrugs. I love shrugs. Some like neck warmers, some like fingerless gloves maybe, those random accessories, and then socks, obviously. Let's start with sweaters. So in sweaters, there's so many that I had a hard time just kind of trying to like narrow down to just some. Like I said, my queue on Ravelry is insane. I just like keep adding things, and my favorites also. I made some bundles there as well. If you guys want to like, check out my queue, you're more than welcome to. My first sweater that I have that I want to make for this fall season, and I kind of cheated already. I was dying to start this sweater. It's a Salty Day sweater from Kika. I love this sweater. It's just a beautiful, lace detail sweater, and it's just gorgeous. When she started releasing like pictures, the pattern had not been in testing or released or anything, I was obsessed. I was like, oh my gosh, she started like the shoulder detail, you guys, is insane. It's so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, I like need to knit this up. Like as soon as the pattern releases, I wanna buy this. And so anyway, I obviously bought it. I bought some yarn, and I was dying for it to, get to this point where I can start the project. If you watch my last podcast, you'll see I showed a piece. I did the back yoke of it, so I don't have it here with me, but you can look at the podcast, and I show you and I talk about it. So I started that, and I am obsessed with the detail, how it works up. I cannot wait to get back to it. I had to put it on hold because if you saw my podcast, you saw that I'm working on a test knit for the same designer, Kika, which I am in love with. The pattern is fantastic. The cinema sweater is a classic, like oversized cardigan. It's an oversized classic raglan sweater. I kind of stopped my Salty Day sweater, put it on hold so I can finish that. And then when I finish the test knit, I'm gonna go and work on my Salty Day sweater. And like I said, I'm excited. So I already started that, and there you'll see like the yarn that I'm working that with and everything. It's this beautiful blue. I'm holding DK and mohair is just gorgeous. The next one that I want to make is the stripe hype sweater. It's also Kutubakika. Oh, I love that sweater. It's so pretty. And the fun part about that sweater for me was brainstorming to pick out the colors for that sweater. So in my podcast, I showed all the yarn for that and all the colors that I'm gonna use to make that sweater. I think I have it right here, so I can kind of show you guys in case you didn't catch, you know, the podcast. But yes, definitely go check it out because you'll see everything in detail there. But I have some beautiful colors here. Let me, hold on, just bear with me. The body is going to be in this color. Let me see if it focuses. Yeah. So this is all drops. I got this from Wool Warehouse. They were having a drop sale. So this cream color, kind of like an almond color, is going to be my main color. And then I'm going to do my stripes. And the order, I'm not going to, you know, go into detail about the order that I'm doing them. I'm just going to show you the colors that I actually selected to do my stripes in. I have these two beautiful colors here for stripes. I have these two other ones here for stripes. And I believe this is the last one. Yeah. And then I have this one. So it's going to be like browns, different shades of brown with then like the burgundy and like this mauve color, like I don't know, like an old fashioned pink, old pink or something, like an old rose or something like that. All of these colors together look so good. Let me see if I can, like, I don't know, just try to like hold them together for you guys. It's kind of hard, so just bear with me. Bear with me. They're all falling. Yes, they are. But I'm going to attempt it. Let's see if it focuses on the colors. There we go. So all of those colors are gonna be my stripe hype sweater, and I am so excited. It's gonna be so good, so good, so good. I'm excited. That's gonna be my next cast on. Like I said, I casted on the Salty Days. That's my stripe hype. I'm so excited. My next sweater that I want to make is the Wishbone Sweater, and this is from Kutubakika again. And you guys, I know I have a lot of sweaters that I want to make from her, and not only sweaters, there's other accessories also that I want to make that she's designed that I love. But anyway, these are the sweaters that I've been holding on to, you know, finally to start making now in fall. So I'm very excited. So the Wishbone Sweater, I had the yarn for it. I just needed the mohair. So this is what I'm going to use to make the Wishbone Sweater. This gorgeous gray. This cone, I'm so excited to use this cone. This is from Woolly Knits. I have a few cones from them. I love their yarn. This is, I believe, this is their 4-ply merino wool. This is a 500-gram cone. So the yardage in here is like insane. I don't know. I think it's like over 2,000 yards in this. It's fingering also. So you can either like hold it single with a mohair or you can hold it double, you know? So I needed the mohair, so I actually ordered it. And here it is. Look how beautiful this is. A gray. Look how gorgeous. So I'm gonna pair that with that, and that's gonna be so good. Yeah, so that's gonna be my Wishbone Sweater. That's gonna be so good. My next one that I want to make is the Arctic Light Sweater. And again, guys, that's Kutubakika. Oh, what a beautiful sweater. And for that one, I have the yarn already set up for that. I just needed the mohair and I ordered it when I ordered the gray one. So I am going to use this combination for the Arctic Light Sweater. Oh my God, so good. So yeah, so this is my Arctic Light Sweater combo. And oh my God, I'm not even telling you guys the color. I'm like so excited about this whole like finally getting to knit up these sweaters and using these beautiful colors. So okay, let me go back. So this is 100% wool. This is Bumbo, and I bought this from Hobby. They were having like this clearance sale, and I bought like like a sweater quantity for like so cheap. It was great. It was like clearance. Anyway, this is 50 grams, 120 meters, which is 131 yards. It's so soft. It's so good. It's non-superwash. And the color is, let me see. It's 122. So it's like, you know, it's like this beautiful pink. And then this is Drops Kid Silk. And this is, I want to say 04. And I believe that's called Old Pink on their site. And then for this one was for my Wishbone. For my Wishbone, again, this is Drops. And this is color 10. I don't know. It's like a gray color or silver maybe. And this is, I don't know. Let me see if this has a color, you guys. Hold on. Just gray. Yeah, gray. And this, yeah, from Woolly Knits. So we did Stripe Hype, Salty Days, Wishbone, Arctic Light. Okay, we're covered for Kutabakika, I promise. So the next thing that I want to do is a Terrazzo sweater, and that's from Petite Knit. And I've had that on my list forever. I love that sweater. I'm going to make that. I actually bought the yarn during New Jersey Wool Walk. And I actually have it right here. Let me just... This is my Noro. Let me see if I can... Look how gorgeous that is, you guys. Oh my God, so good. So I'm going to use this for the Terrazzo sweater. So it's cool because the projects that I selected from my queue, I have a lot. I try to select the ones that I had yarn for or that I was only missing maybe like mohair for it. That way it was just like easier for me. And then the rest, you know, that I have to order yarn for, then I put some that I have to order yarn for, and then I can order that yarn for that. But anyway, this is for my Terrazzo sweater. I want to make the blouse #1 from my favorite things knitwear. Oh my God, I love that blouse. It's so, so gorgeous. I believe that is done in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk, but I've heard, I think High Fiber Knits, she made it beautiful. And she was recommending that we can use either like, you know, like a blend, like a cotton merino, or like even Line, you know, Sandnes Garn Line, like that type of blend. So I think I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do, because I love Line. Oh my God, that yarn is amazing. I might do that combo, or I can also do, I think Sandnes Garn also has a cotton merino that's really good. So I can do something like that for the blouse #1. So I have to look into that so I can order that. I would love to do that in like a black. I would like to have two. I would like to have one in black and one in silver, like a silver gray. That'd be fantastic. So those I want to make, and I have to look into getting the yarn for that. I also want to make from Petite Knit the Lyon sweater chunky. Because I think she has two. She has like a light and a chunky. I love the chunky. And so that I want. And the combo that I want for that is I want, and I actually, when I went to Wool Warehouse to get the mohair, I went to buy it and it was sold out. The colors that I wanted, because I want to do marzipan and black. So what I want to do is do the body black and then the stripes in marzipan. So that's my vision. That's what I want. So I need to order that yarn. So yeah, when they have a sale, I'm gonna jump on that and get it for that sweater combination. I want that. The next sweater that I want to make is the Mudo color work. This is from the Petite Knitter. She has such beautiful color work sweaters, and I just love that sweater. And the vision that I have for that, I have to get the yarn for it. I want the body in gray, and then maybe like a caramel color for the detail. And I think that would be really pretty. So, you know, this is, I think she recommends like a nice, like 100% wool rustic yarn for it. So I have to look for something that, you know, that has that rustic look, but that doesn't have the itch factor. So I have to take a look at that. But that's the combination that I want. So I think it'd be really pretty. And that's it for the sweater category. I mean, there's so many others that I want to make that I have in my queue. But again, I won't be able to make everything that I want. So I just kind of narrowed down to select some. And still, this list that I don't even know how many are they. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8. So realistically, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do 8 garments, 8 sweaters, you know, in fall. So that's probably going to cross over to winter for sure. But those are, you know, at least I picked a nice amount that I have to choose from. And a lot of it I have yarn for, so I can cast on and I can kind of start working on those pretty quickly. So I'm looking forward to that. The next category that I have is slipovers. So it's like, you know, the slipover vest. I don't have any. So I figured, and I've always wanted to make some. So I figured this, you know, this fall I should cast on at least one. And I have a few that I love, but the ones that I'm thinking of making like right now are the weekend slipover from Petite Knit. I love that slipover. I think that would be like a great addition to my wardrobe, just as a, you know, like I can throw it over anything, a t-shirt, a shirt, anything. And for that one, I was thinking either doing, you know, more like a nude color, like more neutral, or going like charcoal. So I think I'm gonna go with the neutral. And I think the yarn that I'm gonna use, because I ended up, Joanna was having a sale and I've been wanting to try this fisherman's wool from Lyon brand. And so I picked some up, and I think I'm gonna cast on the weekend slipover in this color. This is oatmeal and it's just really pretty. So I think this would be a good color just to have, and I can kind of, you know, wear with anything. So this is perfect. So I'm gonna use that for the weekend slipover. And then I also want to make the Lana vest. That's from Irene. And for that one, oh my God, that's such a beautiful kind of cable and texture slipover. And it's kind of oversized and it's split on the sides. It's really beautiful. And I've heard great things about it. So for that one, I want to use this color. I think this is so beautiful. This is pumpkin. And this is from Patton's classic wool worsted. I've never used this yarn. I was wanting to use it. They have so many beautiful colors. I love it. I'm definitely gonna buy more. So the Lana vest I want to make in this color, and I think this is gonna be really pretty to, you know, show off all those details. And I think it has like, it does have a lot of cables. I think it's like 1 or 2 cables, I think, and it's just a lot of texture. It's really cool. Let's see what else I want to make. I want to do the Terrazzo neck from Petite Knit. That is so pretty. And that's so perfect, you know, for us here up north in the winter. It's great because it's like you put it over and it looks like you're wearing a sweater. It covers your neck, so it's like it does double duty as of a scarf. You could just throw on your coat and your jacket. It's easy to take off, and like it's just like so practical, and I think so great for up north, the colder weather. So the Terrazzo neck I really want to make, and that I'm going to do in a gray. For that one, I actually bought, so Drops was having a huge sale, and Drops came out with a new yarn. It's Daisy, and everybody was like excited about this yarn because this is supposed to be like a dupe for Sadness Garn Sunday. I haven't worked with Sadness Garn Sunday or Double Sunday, so I don't know the difference. It's so funny because I didn't even get it for that. When they were having the sale, I went because I was like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of the sale and get some, you know, some yarn for some of my projects. And I saw this and I was like, oh, Daisy, what's that? That's new. So I looked into it. I was like, well, this would work. So it's DK. It's 100% wool, non-superwash. This is, what color is this? This is 04. So this is like a gray mix. And this is 50 grams, and it has 110 meters, which is 120 yards. Anyway, this is so soft. It's so pretty. I want to do the terrazzo neck in this gray color. Let me see if you can see it. Look, it's really pretty. I think it's great because for a piece like that, I can wear with my coat. I can wear with like anything, you know, it will go with everything. So I'm still deciding whether I want to hold it with mohair. I have the mohair for it, but I'm still deciding if I want to hold it with mohair or not, just because it's a turtleneck. And I'm kind of sensitive and I get itchy. So, I mean, even though the mohair is really nice and soft, I don't know. So I might, this is super soft, super nice. So I might just kind of do it on by itself. Just again, because it's, you know, tight and up close to my neck. I don't care for any kind of mohair near that area. So this is my color for the terrazzo neck. And again, this is a new yarn, Daisy. It feels really soft. It's really nice. And like I said, I've heard in the knitting community, like people talking about it, and they were like, you know, saying that this could be like a dupe for that yarn. But again, I don't know because I've never knitted with it. But so far this is really nice. So I'm excited to knit with it and see, you know, how this works up. So that's for my terrazzo neck. Let me just take a look quick. Let me see what else I have here. So I did the weekend, I did the Lana vest, the terrazzo neck. And like I said, there's many others that I would love to knit up. I love the Knit Pearl Girl has one, Semper Slipover. She has a crew neck and a V-neck and it's so cute. I would love to knit that up as well. So, you know, there's so many, but of course, you know, you can only do so many. So that's it for my slipover category. For cardigan, so far, I have a few cardigans, but I wanted a nice chunky cardigan. And so I only kind of listed one just because I feel like it might take a while, like knitting this one up. This is from Ozetta and it's the Mile Shirt Jacket. I love that sweater jacket style. Not only I can wear like when I'm cold in the house, but I can just also wear it to run errands and go out on a day that it's just, you know, maybe like 45, 50. I can throw that on and I'll be warm and it's super nice. And I bought yarn for that actually. I am going to do it in this. This is Fisherman's Wool, Lime Brand Fisherman's Wool, and this is natural. The color is natural. And I'm gonna make the Miles shirt jacket in this. So I'm looking forward to knitting with this also because I've never worked with this yarn, but I've heard great things. So I think this is gonna be a great yarn for that cardigan, especially that it's more like a jacket and this is a nice hefty yarn. So I think this would work out really well for that. For accessories, I have a few. I want to make the Soho square from Jackie Rose. It's gorgeous. I am so excited. The pattern brings 3 like sizes, so it's really nice. And I want to make the big scarf. And maybe the wing would be nice. For that, I actually have my Sorella yarn. If you saw my podcast, I show it off there. I don't have it handy now, but the 3 colors that I have are so beautiful together. And so I want to use that for the Soho square. And then I just need to get one more color. I'm thinking maybe like a dark gray, like a charcoal, or maybe like a navy blue, like a dark navy blue to go with that combination. And so I would only have to get one more because I have 3 and you need 4. So I want to do that, the Soho square. It's, you know, like I said, it's a scarf, almost like a shawl, really, really beautiful. I want to make the Oslo hat. And for that, I have the yarn for that. I am going to use, I believe the yarn that's called for is the Filca Lana Arwetta, which I have already. And I have it in navy blue, so it's perfect. And I'm going to use it for that. I also want to make the Saturday Shrug. And that's DK weight because they have different models. I think I have worsted and bulky, and then the DK, which is what I want to make. And it's from Jackie Rose. It's gorgeous. And basically you can combine any colors you want. It's kind of stripy. I want to do a cream color and then run some thin stripes in like a brown caramel color. That is the combination that I like visualize for that shrug. And I kind of want to cast on pretty quick that one because that's perfect for now. For like this type of weather, I can just have it in my tote bag whenever it gets cool in the evenings. If I'm out and about, I can just pull it out and throw it on. I love how Jackie Rose designed and created all these different combinations of colors and how she styles them. And I love it. I love her style. I love all her like design ideas, her colors, and they're free. So in case you guys are interested, they're on Ravelry. They're there. They're free. All the different weights, and you can kind of go wild, as far as like color combinations and how you want to do your stripes. And the other shrug, which I actually started and I showed in my podcast just a few days ago, is the friend to friend shrug, and that's from Leslie Friend, a friend to knit with. It's really easy, simple design, like super fun knit that I started already. And the yarn that she recommends for the shrug is Hue and Me from Lyon brand, 2 of Wands. So Joanne was having a huge sale, so I was like, oh, let me just take advantage. So I bought 2 because it's 2 balls for my size. I was like, let me just get it, and I started it. But all of my whips have been kind of like on pause because I've been working on a test knit, which I talk about in my podcast. This test knit had like a very tight deadline, so I had to put on hold all my whips. So I had started the friend to friend shrug and I stopped. So it's sitting there waiting for me, which I'm going to pick up as soon as I'm done with the test knit and try to finish it out. But that's a cool, quick little knit. It's chunky, it's bulky weight. The needles are like 8mm, so it's thick needles. So that's a quick knit, and anybody that's interested should check it out. I'll list everything in the description below, whoever's interested. That's, I think, 100% acrylic. I would love to, once I finish that, then do it like in 100% wool and see how it holds up as well. My last category is socks. And for socks, well, I love socks, but I love making DK way socks, and I love a 2x2 rib. It's my favorite. So I have 2 patterns that, well, I have a few patterns, but that I want to make right now. And I actually started and cast it on. I made one. I'm halfway through the second one. The second pair is the Sunday socks from Petite Knit. My God, what a fun, easy, quick pattern. And I love those socks. So they're DK weight, 2x2 rib, fantastic. I actually have one here. And like I said, if you go watch my podcast, you'll see everything. I don't want to, talk about the stuff that I talked about on the podcast here on my, knitting plans. But anyway, this was part of my knitting plans. And I started, my knitting plans for the fall. So I already started. And so I made this one. I'm halfway through the other one. The other socks that I really want to make, they're so gorgeous. It's the pressed flower socks. And that's from Amy Christoffers. They're so beautiful. And I believe that she has also a cardigan, a sweater, a shawl. But the socks, I love the socks. I like the shawl as well. The socks are gorgeous. And I just need to find the perfect combination for those socks. I need 2 different colors. I don't have any sock yarn. So aside from what I'm using already, that I want to use for the pressed flower socks. So that I need to buy. And then I also want to make the DRK everyday socks from Andrea Renee Knits. Those I love. Excuse me. Those I love, but they're fingering weight and tiny needles. I think 2.25mm. So, we'll see. But I really want to make those because I want to make them for many reasons. I do love them, but also because they're toe up, which I've never knitted and I want to try it. And also it has a fleagle heel, which I've never done either. So I want to try them because of those 2 things as well. And like I said, there's so many other socks and accessories and sweaters and so many good things and great patterns, but there's only so much time. So this is everything that's, that I'm focusing on. And for fall, and again, there's no way I'm gonna make all of this, but it's nice to hope, right? Whatever I'm not able to start, I can work on it in the winter and it's totally fine. And like I said, some of it I don't have yarn for, so I have to get yarn. And on that note, I'm going to Wool and Folk. It's October 20th, so pretty much around the corner. And I'm so excited. It's my first year. I think this is the 3rd year they do it. And all the hand-dye yarn companies are going to be there, all these different vendors, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited. So this is what I'm thinking, whatever yarn I'm missing for the projects that I have like in my scope, I can pick up there at Wool and Folk, and that'd be fantastic. I'm definitely getting yarn for those pressed flower socks there because I have made a mental note of that. And also the extra skein that I need for my Soho square. I'm gonna get that there. So I know for sure those are gonna be bought there. I'm gonna look through to see what else I need. And like there's a sweater that I really love, and I actually had bookmarked it and was waiting for the pattern release, and it did release, and I just need to buy it. And I really want to make this. I believe it's from Other Loops. Let me just go quick into my Ravelry because I want to tell you what it is. Give me 1 second. And I am in love, you guys, in love with this top. Like, this is a must for me. Hold on, I'm scrolling because I have a few things in my queue, because I just added it at the end because it just released. Okay, yes, it's by Other Loops, and it's the soft loop sweater. I am obsessed with this sweater, and I am thinking that I am going to treat myself to some beautiful yarn at Wool and Folk for that sweater. Yeah, so I'm really excited. And so I'm trying to go to Wool and Folk with like a strategy, you know, of like projects that I really want to make and yarn that I don't have, and I can match that up, and then I can purchase that there. And so that way I have a plan, because I know that like when you go to these events or just like yarn crawls, you get so overwhelmed and excited, and you're like buying yarn like crazy everywhere, and you don't really, you know, then you come home, you have all this yarn. I don't want to do that. Like, I want to buy yarn that I know that I'm going to use towards something, and then that way I can kind of stay in a budget and also feel good about, okay, I'm buying this yarn, but I'm going to use it for this project. So that's my goal for Wool and Folk. Like I said, I'm excited for fall, for all the good fall things, all the woolly knits, all the yummy yarn that's on the way coming to me. I hope that you guys found some inspiration in this, and that there were maybe some patterns that you've never heard about, or that you also want to make, or maybe some yarn that you haven't discovered. I hope there's something that inspired you here. And happy knitting, you guys. And I know that you guys, everyone out there that knits and that's a crafter now for fall and winter, we're also excited to start working again with all this beautiful wool. I know that. So it's gonna be fun to just be on Instagram and just be, you know, looking at everybody's feed and what everybody's working on. It's gonna be so exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy knitting. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And again, if you like my content, subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment if you have any questions, or are you knitting also anything of the things that I have in my queue to knit? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, bye guys.